Welcome to the Smart Women in Business podcast with me, your host, Jane Mackay. We've got big ideas for small business. Hello and welcome to the Smart Women in Business vlog and podcast. Today I'm talking to Simone Hayward, owner of Simone's Plant-Based Kitchen in New Zealand. A busy mum of 3 young children, Simone runs a plant-based and vegan catering company and cookery school in Taranaki in NZ. Simone loves to inspire people to eat more plant-based foods through her catering, meal delivery services, cooking classes and eBooks. Welcome, Simone.
Hello, thank you for having me.
No worries. So tell me about your business journey. How did you get here?
I started really just really in terms of having a blog. It wasn't actually start out as a business. We changed our diets because I have a health condition, an autoimmune condition, which was getting to the point where I was going to need treatment, and I really wanted to try something different. So I did some research, came across the plant-based diet, and we tried it, and it really suited us and my family. Really helped with improving my health and my condition, to the point where I was discharged from specialists and things and didn't actually need any treatment. Doctors were, oh no, it's not the diet, it's just just faked and things. But I was like, no, it is definitely the diet.
That's the variable that's changed.
Yeah, definitely. So from there I just decided to write a blog and just keep a log of our journey, because changing anything in your life is really hard, especially with kids. I've got 3 children and husband, and so I really wanted to blog our journey. But also being a mum, I was home for 3 years prior to this, so I needed a bit of an outlet. So I thought, well, this will keep my brain busy, as if it wasn't busy enough already, but keep my brain busy, and it just became, people were really inspired and looking at what we were putting in our lunch boxes and how hard I was finding it, and some of the strange ingredients that I was finding, and making all weird and wonderful things out of lentils. And people just started asking me, could you do a cooking class and come and teach me? So I thought, oh, all right then, I'll give it a go, and didn't really think too much of it really, until it became, oh, actually, I'm actually making some money here, and this is actually,
yay.
Maybe I could, maybe I could make it a business. So then when I really sort of started thinking about it, about what I wanted to do and why I was doing it, I sort of thought, well, I'm a social worker by trade. I've been a social worker for 12 years or so, and really passionate about helping people empowering people to change for themselves, being that agent of change, just giving them the tools and encouragement and motivation to change whatever they want in their own time. And I love cooking. I've always loved cooking, and my kids love cooking too. And we know that probably all over the world, but especially here in New Zealand, it is quite hard to access healthy organic food cheaply. And as mums, parents working in the house or outside of the house, parents do find it quite hard to teach their children how to cook sometimes. A lot of it can be just because you're just so tired at the end of the day, you just want them out the kitchen and just, I'll do it, or the mess or anything, or you're just not into cooking really. Some people just don't like cooking, and that's
which
fine.
I find astounding, because I'm a massive foodie. But some people just don't like it, and making changes to your diet, like major changes, if you don't like cooking, so you teach, that's what you teach in your cooking classes.
Yes, and especially for the children, I really believe that learning to cook as a young child will really set you up as an adult for making healthier choices. I mean, we're all going to eat junk food at some point, but making healthier choices and looking after yourself, and really knowing what's good for you and what feels good for your body, where and sort of really knowing where food comes from, because lots of people do still think that food just comes from the supermarket, or we know where it's grown or how it grows or anything like that. So the sort of aim of my business or mission really was to inspire people to just to learn how to cook plant-based foods, and just eat more, eat more healthy stuff and teach children. So I would, the aim really is to provide those classes for those young people who can't afford it.
Because it's especially when you've just moved out of home, convenience foods are so much cheaper than fresh foods, so much cheaper, unbelievably. And it's and cooking is a life skill. Once you know how to cook, you set up. So that's great. So how do you manage your life, obviously, with your 3 kids and your business? Being an entrepreneur is busy enough. So
it is totally, yeah. So I've been doing it now for just over a year, and it's probably taken me all this time of ups and downs and sleepless nights and crying and why am I doing this, and to really get to the point where I've learned a few different skills, about being organised and managing my time. I did do a business coaching course, which helped with recognizing what my triggers were in terms of having those down days and really, feeling, oh, why am I doing this, and being able to recognize why I'm feeling like that, to be able to change my mindset, to go back into what we call, the green zone, where you're feeling, right, I'm on this, I've got this is what I'm going to do. Definitely, yeah. So my kids go, my 2 youngest, they're 3.5 and 2, so they go to daycare 2.5 days a week. So those are the days when I work. I do all my ordering, all my marketing, all my advertising, my menus, plan my classes, answer emails, all those things. I do on those days when they're not here, plus all the delivering and things like that. And then when they are home, it's really hard to switch off. Because this is my baby. It's a little baby, and it never stops. And it's the whole thing of when you're working for yourself. If you don't work, then you don't get paid. There's no annual leave. There's no sick leave. There's no there's no pocket of money that you can just go into and take a day off. No, there's no time off at all, as you know. So it is really hard to switch off. But I learned the hard way probably earlier this year when I had to sort of say to my husband, I need a weekend away. I'm over this. Because I was just stretching myself, pulling myself in all the different directions. I think part of it was the expectations of society, that you feel that as a woman that you need to be mum, cleaner, taxi, cook, chef, nurse, businesswoman, be successful, be happy, be healthy, be well, all these things,
do yoga and meditate and do exercise and make a healthy meal every day.
And smile all the time and make other people feel good as well, so all those. And it got to the point where I was like, I can't keep doing this, why am I doing this to myself? I sort of really learned to accept that I'm not Superwoman, even though sometimes I feel like I am, but I need to
actually, but you have to have like low-key Superwoman days.
Definitely, just have a bit of a low-key day, definitely. So I just realised that I needed to give myself a break, be kind to myself, and especially with the business. I mean, I think I did get to a point where I felt like everything's not perfect and it's not going to be great, and I was like, meh, look, I've got customers, people are coming, I'm making money. It's not perfect, but actually it's working for now, and being able to accept that I can't give 100% to the business all the time, because I'm a mum as well. I can't, and they need me really more than what the business does. And if I'm not 100% for them, then I'm not going to be able to do the business anyway. So so it's just sort of accepting really that I can't do everything, and having those that trying to have a clear distinction between the days that I work and the days that I sort of work while they're playing, sort of thing,
Days that I'm mum and the days that I'm not. I'm pretty clear. I only have 1 day a week now with Felix, who's 5. He goes to school next year. And that I do not work on Mondays. I don't answer phone calls. I don't check my emails, nothing. Because this is my last kind of year where I'll have him at home. and they're only
Yeah.
little for a very small amount of time. It feels like an eternity, but and so I'm trying to have those boundaries around that time, and boundaries and having that, not answering emails at 8 o'clock on Sunday nights and setting that expectation up for people is something that I learned pretty early on. I answer emails during business hours, and that's it. Don't expect outside time, because it can the boundary can get stretched very, very far very quickly. So anyway, that's my little tip. So what does a great day in the office look like for you?
I think being getting up in the morning and feeling like, yes, this is what I'm going to get done today, or this is what I want to achieve, and actually achieving it. Whether it's sending out a couple of emails, or coming up with a new menu, or being inspired by a dish and sharing that, and having people come back to me saying, oh, I tried your dish, or I saw your video, or I saw your picture and I tried it and I made it and it was brilliant, and or I saw your lunchbox, your kids' lunchboxes, and I tried it and my kids ate it as well, and it was, that for me is a really good day. The money is great, but it is really having people coming back saying to me that you've inspired me. That's really really a great day. And when I can, at the end of the day, when I can say, okay, that's it, work's finished now, and kids come home, I'm back in, and I'm not feeling like, oh, I didn't do that, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do, I'm just, that's a good day, because I can just let it go and say, right, tomorrow, that's it now, work's finished. And then that's when I've had a good day.
Brilliant. So, and then with your, are your cooking classes on site? Are they off site?
They're not. I hold them in various venues. So I just hire a venue and we go.
Cool.
Do it there. So I used to do them like at the weekends and things like that, but then I realised actually that's just eating into our family time. So now I do them during the week in the evenings, and during the school holidays.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
because hopefully my children go to a daycare that doesn't close in the school holiday. So,
I have one at school. She can't go to daycare anymore.
No.
So what are your essential tools that you use to help your business run smoothly?
A weekly planner I find is really good, just to keep me fixed on what it is that needs to be done and what I'm doing. Spreadsheets, a really good appointment. I just use Google Calendar really for my appointments, and I find Facebook's quite good, because a lot of my customers do communicate with me through Facebook. I do have a paper diary as well. I find that I do need to have something so I can actually look at and have a paper diary like that. My phone, right? Sometimes, other times I just want to throw it away. But,
throw it against the wall. But yes.
And having people around me that actually understand what it is that I'm going through. So not necessarily they're not necessarily in the same business as me, but they are in a business, and I can share my wins, and I can share how those not so great things, and they totally get it, because they're going through exactly the same thing. And my accountant, who
yay for accountants.
Yay for accountants. And just having really good food pretty much during the day, to make sure, because if I'm not nourished, then I'm not going to be inspired or able to do what I do. So
fantastic. So you talked briefly about mindset before. So mindset is crucial at any stage of your business journey, and what you're in reasonably early stage, and reflecting on that first 12 months in business, what advice do you have for people with mindset? And you're talking about your green zone, because I think mindset is actually the most important part of being a business. because it's not the money. We can go and work for other people for money. And mindset is what keeps us going every single day, you know.
Yeah.
So you got any tips?
I think first of all is to really hone down why you're doing it. Like, what is your why? Why do you want to be in business? What is it that motivates you? You know, I've got my three things: my family, freedom, and my passion. So I've got them written down on a piece of paper in my bedroom. I've got a soul board as well, so it's a bit like a vision board, you know. So I look at it every day to remind myself of why I'm doing it, what is it I want to achieve, not necessarily today, but, you know, throughout the course of the life of the business. Yeah, so just always knowing always coming back to why is it that you're doing it. I think all the things, you know, in terms of strategy and all that sort of stuff is important, but I think sometimes people can get too focused on a strategy. How am I going to get there? What do I need to do to get there? And they forget about why is it they're doing it, and it's supposed to be fun, isn't it? We start these businesses.
It is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, to have fun and follow our passion. And yes, there is a time for seriousness, you know, but leave that to the accountant then, you know, leave that to your designer, or, you know, leave that stuff to somebody else. You know, if you can employ someone else to think about all those, or have someone to help you to think about those really serious things, try and do that,
especially accounting. Very serious.
Definitely, yeah. Just really focus on yourself, you know, why is it you want to do it. I think, yeah, recognizing, like I said before, about those triggers, that we all have that little voice inside that either tells us that we're not good enough, or we can't do this, or you're just a mum, or you're just whatever, or, you know, whatever it is. Really trying to recognize what triggers you to feel like that, and trying to think of a sentence or a word or something that can bring you back into feeling really good again, you know, so that you're not feeling crap, really, because when you do feel rubbish, then you write rubbish posts, and you don't do very good, you know, in your business doesn't flow, and people can tell that you're not feeling great, and then you end up wondering, why am I doing this, you know? So, and I think
coming up as your best self, and
yeah, definitely, and all that pressure, you know, that try not to put pressure on yourself, especially if you're, you know, a mum or parent, you know, juggling different things. Then you have to really accept that you can't give 100% to the business. You can give 100% today, or in this hour, you know, then give it in the hour, but recognize that once the hour's finished, then your children need you, or you need to clean the house or do something, you know, just boring, real life stuff,
really,
you know,
boring stuff. We pretend we don't
definitely
have to do it, but really that glamorous. So
I know, we'll just pay someone to do mine now.
Anyway, I won't go into that. I had a cleaner, but yes, I can't justify weekly, but I need weekly anyway. Anyway, yes, cleaning and accounting are the two first things to outsource, I reckon, for any mum in business. Outsource and the childcare first.
Yes, definitely.
How do you respond to the bad days in business? So you touched on that earlier, like, you know, do you go and reflect on your vision board? I have a vision board too, and mine reflects what you were talking, family and freedom and passion. And, you know, my sole purpose is sort of so I can go on holiday with my family and have some really good quality time with them. So what do you do in those bad days? Do you have any other techniques that you, other than switching your mindset?
I try to go for a walk, you know, get out into internet, get away from the space. A lot of the time when I've recognised I'm feeling like that is because I've seen something online, or something's happened, or I've put out a product and no one's bought it, or I've done something, you know, in the business and it's not getting a very good response. And that's when I start having those doubts come in and thinking like, oh, is this? And I'm like, no, come on, right, go and do something. Stop focusing on it. Go and do something that you enjoy. So I like going out for a walk, or taking the dog out or something like that. Reading, if I can get any time to do that. And I have I've got a few books that I quite like.
Yeah.
To read, or just ringing somebody up to say I need a coffee, I need are you free? Can we catch up? Or if sometimes they can't, and it's just good just to have a text and just get your mind out of, stop thinking about it, really. Yeah.
Stop dwelling and pick yourself up and keep going. But it can be that having a community. So my next question was, how do you maintain that sense of community? And that's really important, is we spend so much time in our own heads when we work for ourselves, that having people around us to support us. So how do you have that sense of community while working alone, essentially, most of the time?
I'm quite lucky, really, in the little town that I live in. For the size of the town, there are so many mums in enterprise. A few of them a few years ago started a group. So I'm part of that, and we meet up once a month to have a formal sort of discussion, and we get guest speakers in and things like that to help us, inspire us, things like that. But we've got a Facebook page, and we've got an online messaging thing as well, so we can always just message and say, I need a coffee, I'm having a bad day. Somebody is anybody around? And thinks, oh yeah, I'm around, or I'm just at the cafe here, come and see me. So we, that's really good. I do have found, that my friends don't really understand. They don't understand what it is that, and they're just like, oh, well, just don't think about it then. It's like, well,
it's sort of my life.
Yeah. So that just making sure that I'm keeping up with, connecting with those people, and make sure I see them as well, because like you said, you spend so much time in your head, and it is really easy just to sit at your computer and message someone and say, oh, I'm having a bad day, let's have a chat. But actually getting out and actually seeing them and getting a hug and, saying, this is how I'm feeling, or having a cry if you need to, or, just get it out. Well, whether it's a sad or happy cry, it doesn't share your wins.
Get it out.
Share your bad days and what's happened. And it always feel better. You always feel better after when you connect with those people. And I do quite a lot of networking. Like I said, on those days when my children are in daycare or in the evenings, I'm part of a women's networking group that meet up maybe once every 3 weeks. So I do go along to that as well.
Oh, that sounds great.
And that helps to keep me sane, I suppose, and feeling like, because sometimes I feel it's quite hard to feel like you do have an actual job. Sometimes it feels like, oh, this is my passion and it's great. And then when you not trying to compare, but when you look at other people who wear the suit and they go to an office, and sometimes it feels like, oh, they are working and they're working for somebody else, and and they're professional. But again, does come back down to that mindset, and actually that isn't what I want. I don't want to be going a 9 to 5. I don't want to be working for somebody else, having to dress up every day and having to answer to someone else. So but I do really enjoy the connection and the conversation that comes with those networking groups, because a lot of those women don't have young children. So there's absolutely no talk about babies, no talk about how dirty the house is, no talk about what I'm wearing and whether you've managed to get your bra on today, or
or you've got baby stew on your shoulder. Yeah,
exactly. So I really, really, really value that, because as a working woman, you do need to have those connections and those types of conversations. So that's really what I do to keep connected in the community.
So you talked about your why and what keeps you motivated. What is your tip then for all the smart women in business across Australia and the world? What would you leave us with at the end of this little chat? What would you say, reflecting on your 12 months in business?
Yeah,
you've lasted longer than 95% of startups.
Goodness, yeah. Woohoo, go me! Yay! I think it would have to be don't give up. If you have a dream, you want to do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't, even yourself, that you can't do it. Especially yourself. Yeah, nothing. The only thing that's going to stop you is you. You don't need $10,000 to start. You don't need to have the office and everything all set up. You just, whatever it is, you have your tool, your phone, your computer, whatever it is, and just do it. And don't give up. never ever give up. The one thing that will keep you going is you. You'll remember your passion and remember why you want to do it, and just do it. Tomorrow is too late. If you don't do it today, then when are you going to do it? You just do it.
Just do it. In your words of
Do it. Nike. And Nike is not sponsoring me for this promotion.
Good God, no. Oh, well, it's been a wonderful chat. Thank you for your time, Simone.
Thank you.
And I'll put all Simone's links so you can find out more about her blog, her business. If you're in New Zealand, you might be able to go to one of her cooking classes in the show notes, so everyone can find where you are and follow you on Facebook. And thanks so much for your time. I really
thank you. It's been lovely talking to you, Jane. Thanks.
Thanks. You have been listening to the Smart Women in Business podcast. If you'd like to find out more about me, your host, Jane Mackay, visit janemackaycommunications.com.au.